Good evening tonight. Shocking charges against two former Houston police officers for their roles in a botched drug raid in January. Those officers are now out on bond. A husband and wife were killed in the raid and 4 officers were wounded. Tonight we're answering your questions about how we got to this point and where the case goes from here. We have team coverage beginning with Larry Siebert in downtown Houston. Larry?
Lynn, around noon, a judge here signed arrest warrants. Then prosecutors called lawyers for both Gerald Goines and Stephen Bryant to hash out their surrender. But what happened next inside this courthouse behind me opened eyes. Gerald Goines and Stephen Bryant turned themselves in court with lawyers, a bondsman, and prosecutors in the dark about it until reporters called.
I've not seen a case like this in my 30-plus years of practicing law.
Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg charged Goines with 2 counts of felony murder for his role in the deaths of Regina Nicholas and Dennis Tuttle. In January, both died in a botched Houston police drug raid and shooting that wounded 4 officers, including the now retired Goines. Prosecutors say he lied to get a no-knock warrant for the raid he led. And after it happened, Ogg claims former officer Stephen Bryant lied about a drug buy too.
We recognize that the community has been violated. And I want to assure my fellow Houstonians and other residents of Harris County that we are getting to the truth.
Calling Goines a flight risk, prosecutors asked for $250,000 bonds, a curfew, GPS monitor, and travel restrictions.
I think that it says we want to draw attention to this filing is unfortunately what I think it says. This is not a standard bond. He's been cooperative since the very first day that he learned there was an investigation. He talked with police. He's lived in the same house that he's lived in all along. There's no reason to believe that he would go anywhere.
Bryant's bond was lower but more complicated. His case was supposed to be heard in another court, but that judge was not here. So we watched the judge in Goines' case call his colleague before giving Bryant a $50,000 bond.
I think it's really important for this community to understand our charges that are a result of the Houston Police Department's investigation. So yes, we can investigate ourselves. And yes, we did pursue the good, the bad, and the ugly.
HPD Chief Art Acevedo long expected charges and predicts more will follow. Tomorrow, Gerald Goines will be at a doctor. It's a pre-op visit for surgery he needs to help him get over injuries he suffered in that shooting. He was shot in the face in that raid that caused all of his legal trouble. And Lynn, he is not allowed to leave Harris County.
All right, Larry, thanks for the update.